Don't you wish you knew how to stutter less so you could say what you want, when you want? Then keep watching because I'm going to show you the 10 powerful techniques I've learned and use to speak fluently, easily, and happily every day. I'm Stephen Groner, and I'm a fluently speaking person who stutters, speech language pathologist, and new dad who wants you to know the joy of saying whatever the heck you want. But here's something you might have some experience with. A few short years ago, I couldn't say my own name. It's true, I was 16 years old at the time, and though I tried, I couldn't say the town where I was from, a story at the lunch table, or any of the thoughts in my head very easily. Every day I faced rejection. People laughed at me, they mocked me, they started talking while I was still trying to say something. Whenever I spoke, it was like all the air was sucked out of the conversation. It just died right in front of me, horribly and painfully. If I mustered up the courage to say, "Hey, I'm Steven," to someone new, they'd just smile politely and turn away. I felt lonely, worthless, and unaccepted. So when I finally got sick of it enough, I got online and started searching. I landed on a 2 week long $5,000 stuttering program that gave me the basics of controlling my stuttering. And man, it was magical. With them, I could finally order exactly what I wanted off the menu without pausing, pushing, or substituting. I could strike up a conversation with anyone just like that. I could make phone calls and take care of things. I could tell my family wild stories about my day. And I felt like I was finally in control, like I finally knew what to do in this whole talking thing. Since then, I've continued to improve my fluency. I went to a top ranked grad school and got my master's degree in speech pathology. I read stacks of scientific research and added more techniques to my speech that work wonders. And now I say what I want when I want. I connect easily with anyone. I make a good impression every day. I feel more connected, known, and loved than I ever thought possible. And I'm happy. I'm finally happy. And guess what? You can be too. How? By practicing using the following 10 techniques in your own speech. Yes, I'm about to share with you the 10 exact ways I speak fluently, easily, and happily every day. Number 1, the slow syllable technique. Things happen so fast when we're talking, it's hard to tell what all our muscles are doing. The slow syllable technique allows you to become aware of every movement you make when you're speaking so you can make changes to them. To do it, stretch out each syllable you say for 2 full seconds. It gets a bit more technical than that, but starting with this lets you make changes to your speech you wouldn't be able to otherwise. You don't actually use this when you're talking to people, just when you're practicing the next 4 techniques. Which brings us to number 2, the diaphragmatic breathing technique. Breath is to our speech like gas is to a car. Without it, it won't go. The best way to get the air you need to speak fluently is to breathe in full, deep breaths with your diaphragm, the muscle beneath your lungs, instead of high up and shallow in your chest. Starting off each sentence with a full diaphragmatic breath is key to having enough air to speak fluently off of. Number 3 is the gentle voice onset technique. Our vocal cords play a huge role in our speaking. They make our voices and give us volume. But too abrupt turning on of our vocal cords can lead to stuttering and blocks. So, an essential part of speaking fluently is reducing the force we use when we turn our voices on. To do this, begin each syllable with the gentlest, softest, lowest strength vibration of your vocal cords possible. Then slowly increase that power to your normal speaking volume. Like that. Or this. Number 4, the light articulatory contacts technique. Our tongues, teeth, and lips are what allow us to form all our consonant sounds. But those touches can sometimes be too strong and forceful, leading to stuttering. For the light articulatory contacts technique, make your consonant sounds with as soft, gentle, and light a touch in your mouth as humanly possible while still making the right sound. This will lead to far less stuttering, and I'm doing it right now. Number 5, the continuous phonation technique. This one brings it all together in running speech. It's doing multiple gentle voice onsets in a row, starting your voice off low and lightly, increasing it to your normal speaking volume, then returning it down to that soft low level, but not turning it off, to start the next gentle onset for the next syllable. Number 6, the beat entrainment technique. Neuro and speech scientists are currently discovering that people who stutter are worse at making and keeping rhythms than people who don't stutter. And while we don't normally think about it, fluent speech has a forward-moving rhythm to it that stuttered speech doesn't have. I could talk for days about which regions of the brain are at fault and what that means for treatment, but I've found that learning how to keep rhythm has improved my speech tremendously. To do that, listen hard to a song you enjoy and hone in on the beat. Then try to keep time to it by tapping on your leg. As you get better and better, you can make your beats more complex, which will only help you get even better. Number 7 is the beat entrainment with speech technique. This takes the beat entrainment technique a step farther. On top of keeping time to a beat on your thigh, you say each sound like P, P, T, T, or L, L, with the beat as well. Saying those sounds to a beat virtually ensures you won't stutter on them, so you get lots of practice saying speech sounds fluently, and you overcome the fear of saying some of your biggest problem sounds. I like to cycle through all the letters each day. Number 8 is the literal visualization technique. This technique rides on the notion that getting your attention off your disfluent speech and onto something else will free up your brain to speak more fluently instead of getting stuck in the stuttering ruts. To do it, bring up a visual picture of each word in your sentence, whatever picture each word first makes you think of. So, buy the pie would have me thinking of a cash register for buy and a hot apple pie for the pie. And my attention would be off of my stuttered speech and onto those pictures. First, the cash register, as I said buy, and then the apple pie, as I said the pie, allowing the words to actually flow out better. Number 9 is the sing to start technique. This technique capitalizes on the reality almost all people who stutter know, that we don't stutter when we sing. Why? It goes back to the fact that rhythm helps our words come out fluently, and songs have a built-in rhythm. To do the sing to start technique, act in your mind like you're about to sing the sentence you're wanting to say. Prepare for each sentence as if you're about to sing it as song, feeling all the parts of your body ready themselves to sing, but then just say the sentence instead. Prepping for it as if you were going to sing helps you use that singing success to say your sentences fluently. And last but not least, number 10, the self-advertising technique. This is a technique that takes the anxious edge off any conversation, but it's one I thought would kill me to actually do it, although it didn't. With the self-advertising technique, you tell someone you stutter so they know what they're hearing when you do. I know, it sounds like death, but I swear it makes me feel so much more comfortable talking to someone. Now, I only really started liking this one once I'd worked on my fluency enough and started speaking much more fluently, but it really does the job, making me far less self-conscious as I'm speaking, which in turn results in less stuttering. So when I meet a new client at work or someone who I'm going to be friends with, sometimes I'll say, just so you know, I speak with a slight stutter. That's how I got into the field of speech pathology. So you might hear me get caught on a few words here and there. It's just fine. I just need a few more seconds to get the sound out. And that's how I speak like I do now, fluently, faster, and happier. If you want to start practicing these in your own life and start speaking more fluently, I've written them all down for you in a straightforward, ultra-precise ebook called The Fluent Book, with even more in-depth explanations so you can feel, experience, and produce each technique, along with tons of practice examples so you can get to speaking more fluently faster. It's everything I've covered in this training in 10 times more detail, but still in a 48-page book that you can read in one night. With the Fluent Book, I give you an insane shortcut. You used to have to shell out $5,000 and block out 2 weeks of your life to travel to a different state to learn just about a third of the principles in this book. Or you had to schedule sessions with a speech language pathologist every week for months on end to get a crack at them. Now, with the Fluent Book, you get all that information in one immensely powerful and practical ebook. Imagine the first time you introduce yourself without stuttering on your name, or the first time you order exactly what you want at a restaurant with ease, or when you speak up in the group and everyone loves what you have to say. The Fluent Book will help you do that. It gives you unparalleled insight into the 5 specific techniques that let you attempt any word, any time, any place, so you can truly be yourself. The one way you can overcome fear of saying any sound so they never have to haunt you again. The simple yet powerful trick that helps you speak fluently without any physical effort at all, so you can speak fluently even after a long day. The right way to use your vocal cords when you speak so they work for you, not against you. The single best way to say hard consonant sounds so they don't trip you up and keep you from saying what's in your head. The exact words that take all the pressure off speaking with anyone ever. And the highly effective habit of professional singers to trigger more spontaneous fluency so your words just flow out. Now, you might be wondering, Stephen, will the Fluent Book cure my stuttering? And the answer is no. Sadly, no one's got a straight shot cure for stuttering right now. But the Fluent Book will give you the tools you need to be able to speak fluently if you choose to and to do some work. It will give you freedom, control, and choice in your speech to speak fluently. All right then, who's this book for? It's perfect for adults and children 8 years and older who stutter and who want to finally take control of their speech, put in consistent work every day, and be self-starting, powerful communicators. So, can this book take the place of speech therapy? It's not meant to. Nothing can really outdo a personalized, tailored treatment plan by a speech pathologist who specializes in stuttering. And I recommend that you meet with one as you implement these fluency strategies in your own life. But the Fluent book amasses an immense amount of knowledge and information you'd have to pay a lot for or spend a lot of time finding on your own so you can get started yourself. It's for your own self-treatment. Okay, why are you doing this? Look, I haven't found a more freeing thing in this life than easy, fluent speech, and I want as many people who stutter to know that freedom too. I feel like the deck is stacked against us with how hard it is to get access to that information. So I thought, why not make it really easy in one short book? Also, I have a wife and family to feed, and this will help me do that. So I'm in it for them too. So, how does it work? You buy the book, you read it, you practice the skills, and you speak more fluently than you do now. Pretty easy, huh? All right, what's the cost? I think you're going to be pretty surprised by that. Let's summarize what you get if you get the Fluent book right now. You'll get the most effective, conscious fluency techniques from the last half century, valued at $2,497, and that's being nice. You'll get how to harness the neuroscience of rhythm to increase your fluency, valued at $497. And you'll get the best automatic fluency techniques to keep your speech flowing smoothly without as much work, valued at $797. So the total value of this information is $3,791. And I want you to have it for only $37. Yeah, that's right, 99% off. You may be thinking, Stephen, are you insane? Why do you want to basically give this stuff away? And I know that I might sound kind of crazy, but I have a personal goal to help 10,000 people who stutter speak more fluently, and this is the best way I know how to do it. Plus, I know that if I deliver incredible value to you right now, you'll come back to me if you need even more help. So it helps us both. Look, people who stutter have it hard enough. Putting up crazy monetary barriers in between them and the knowledge that could help them is wrong. So yes, all of this incredible information for $37, 99% off its total value. You'd be crazy to pass this up. Now, I want to ask you something. If all this book did for you was let you say your name perfectly every time, would it be worth $37? Picture being able to order off the menu at a restaurant for the rest of your life. Would that be worth it to you? What about being able to tell a hilarious story to your friends with perfect delivery? Would that be worth a measly $37 to finally have that freedom, confidence, and happiness? I'm not sure how long I'll be able to offer this at such a crazy price, but it's yours while I can. Here's how to order. Click the button below, enter your name, email, and card details, press Get the Book, and voila, it's yours. If you want to start speaking more fluently, easily, and happily tomorrow, this book is your way there. This is the fastest, most inexpensive way to get this information. I promise you that. Don't miss out on it before it goes up. Get your copy of the Fluent book now.